Have you ever wanted to preserve something forever? Well, I have something that's been in my mind forever. It's been the 1,000, or mille, il, 1,000 island dressing. I think that it has something to do, by the time I'm finished, I think all my videos will come up to somewhere near 1,000 minutes. 1,000 minutes, I think, is what is needed. 1,000 minutes is needed for a man to make a day complete before he knows everything. Of the 9 tries of the perfect man who stepped in and knew that 4 would take him to first. So we have to find out how to add it all up to 1,000. Because I know if we're batting 1,000, we're perfect. You see, the only sport, baseball, is where you go at batting 1,000 and percentages are close to 1,000. You don't see any other sport really doing that except for baseball, football. But then the rules change, so we can't use it for the project we're in right now, but we can use it for some other calculation. So we're looking for the mill. A mill is a place that manufactures a feed for animals. So the mill could be the mill that manufactures in your heart all the rules of life for a perfect man on a perfect day. How much time does it take the man to get through his perfect day? Is it 1,000 minutes? Is it 1,000 hours? Is it 1,000 seconds? Does it have anything to do with 1,000 at all? 1,000 island. So if you got an island and you got the 1,000 and you know what to do with the 1,000, then you can be on the island with the 1,000. Yet the 1,000 would do you nothing because you're on the island alone. That's why they have islands. I for God. S for the snake, you can do what you want. The L is for the man that stands straight up with his angel. And the N is the connection for God. But you don't need it on the island because you don't need it for anything because you're there alone. So you don't have to think. Therefore, you need no instructions because when man is free and he doesn't have to think, who cares what he does? He can just whack off and do anything. It's his own business. And that's the problem is with masturbation nowadays, because that word alone says a lot more than it does. In fact, it says more good things about it than anything. But when you see it, it's so disgusting because everybody's taking advantage of himself. But it's okay if you take advantage of them. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay for you to take advantage of them, but when they go in the bedroom and they do something, they're taking advantage of themselves. You see the beauty and you're mad, or you're upset, or you're jealous, or and everybody turns and nobody can face each other because the master of the baiter, of the bee, of the reproduction, master, debator. We are the master of all debators. In order to find out the truth, we have to be the masters to debate the differences, finding the truth using judgment and rationale and common sense. Thus, we're the masturbators of all, and that's okay. But in the bedroom, just for ourselves, all alone, where nobody knows, when you masturbate there, it's no good at all. They say it's a sin, and all religion says it's a sin, because they didn't understand it. Why they couldn't or didn't? That you can do anything you want, as long as you don't hurt or change the system, because the system works. It's been here forever. Don't you see 40 billion years ago? And the 40 days that man didn't eat, the night and day? Well, that has to do with the 40 days of something to do with blackjack, of the creation. And I'm not sure what it is, but 4 and 4 is 8, is eternity, or 80, or 20 times 4 is 80. Plus, to be perfect, you need 11, that's 91. If you take the deck of cards and you add up from the ace to the king, it equals 91 to each suit. Thus, there are 4 suits. You add up 4 times 91 is 364. What about the 2 jokers? Well, there's 2 jokers. What is their worth? How do you figure it out? Well, I've already done this before. Each one is worth something. Something for a quarter every 15 minutes. A 3. It's not hard to figure it out. A 3. God, man, and the angel, a quarter, 1/3, 1/4. The 3 of you make 1/4 of the time, so that's the break time. That's what you can do. You can sit down the 3 of you, 5 minutes each. That's the middle time. That's how we get the 5, because when you sit down on the break, it's 15 minutes. When the 3 discuss, the 3 principals discuss for 5 minutes, and it's the 5 minutes of the 9 men that went to the plate, and the 5 was the middle one, so they can discuss everything about 6, because after 5 is 6. And on the other side of 5 is 4, 6 and 4 is 10, and that's how many fingers we have. And the reason that goes along with that is when I want to think about it, I'll know. And then I'll tell you if I feel like it. But right now, I don't feel it's going to make a difference to take up any time, because what we're looking for right now is to save you, and I'm trying to convince you. And all these stories are stories of convincement. Convincement. The mint. The conveying of, with the mint, with the money, you convey something else. Convince, mint, or the mint of all the money. The money that convinces you, the other part of the brain that you never knew how to brain at all, because it was so silent, and it stuffed it in your pocket, but it spoke to you so loud, that's all you listened to. You never heard anybody, especially people who knew it all. The stories did, but you don't need to know, because that'll stop you from doing what's right, right for you. And who says what's right for you is right for everybody else? Half the nation is in jail, so they have no rights at all. And if you take the choice of a direction, because we cannot fly, we cannot go up, and in death we go down, so we take the chance of going to the left or to the right. So we have two choices. We always have two choices in four directions. After we make the one of the two choices, we can make the other of the one of the two choices. Add them up together, we got 9 choices altogether. There were only 4, but mixed up there were 9. The middle is 5, and I am fine, and it is 6 minutes, and I have to take 23 hours for myself. Now it's 22, and then it's 21. Well, I probably only need 21 anyways, because I am Blackjack, so therefore, what everybody needed 12 hours to give away, I probably only need 9. So therefore, I can probably talk to you till 3, because 3 will make it till 12, 12 will make it till 1, and that'll be 10, 9 of mine time, 1 of everybody's time, and then the decision. The bell will toll 1,300 hours at 13:01 or 13:02. Maybe we'll give them a chance to go all the way up to 13:09 again, and then again 13:11, and then it'll never happen. But then you never know. But I'm just showing you, I also know that things may not happen. I've never predicted anything. And why am I predicting anything? Because I'm taking a chance that if I am saying anything at all that has a worth, it'll have a worth to you, that you'll make a decision to make the right choice, whatever that choice is going to be, whatever it is for you that you think in your own mind that makes a justification, as long as you find out it is the truth. You want the truth out of yourself, because you want to speak to the truth, because you want to ask it questions. What do you have to do to be right all the time? Because you can't be right all the time. Because wanting to be, as long as you get close to the want, then you can. But if you go around it, well, then you never could, because you didn't try hard enough, and then it's your fault again. So don't blame it on anybody else. As long as you're not a crypt, tull, T-L-E, crypt, like a crypt or a book. If you're not in a bad position, you got a chance. Those in a bad position get extra help. They need the extra help. So the I world gives them the extra help. They have more senses, so they come to their senses. Where regular man who has all their senses has no senses at all. And that's why the blind man can play the piano, because he loves it and he loves life. So if you love life, you'll search out what you need is the love. So what do you have to do to get the love? You have to do what you love. So you have to correct all your incorrections to fix up what ails you, or it'll be good in your mind, because again, even if you don't do anything else for any man in the world, if you fix up your own ailments, then it's okay. You can live with it. You're happy. Other people see how good you do. And eventually people will tell you you did a good thing. So it's a good thing. Ailments. Mints for the alien. Aliens. A mint. A spearmint. Again, back to the mint. 7286. 21 hours, 34 minutes, plus 1 hour, plus, I guess, time to go to the bathroom before someone's going to make the D or die of all this of the system, because the die is the press that makes the bag that you need for the use you're going to use, or the basket. Bass or bass for music. Ket. Enket or quit. Enkite, antique. They all go together. Esketenkite, antique, old. Are you curious? 9 minutes. Time for bed. Bye. And we all sleep.